ayusin yung telepono.
Yes po, sir.
At ngayon ay July na.
And every now and
Pati ikaw, inutil.
Yes.
Inutil ka, sorry. Kaya nga, pag sinabi ko sa yung problema ng school, what is the next step? Kaya nga 840-32196, yan yung sira na telepono. So ibabalik mo ulit ako doon. Tinawagan namin yung bagong numero na binigay mo, and then inirefer kami ngayon itong bagong numero doon sa luma na palpak. So, ayan makita nyo sa video.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tinulak pa yung mga bus. Ayan, may mga nahimatay. You see that? Kayo dyan sa CHED, hindi kayo konsensya dyan. Anong feeling nyo kung mga anak nyo mga yan dumadamon sa inyo? Wala pa lang sa inyo nag-monitor na to make sure na itong 25,000 students na pupunta sa resort for the off-campus activities. But you didn't do that. Again, inutil ulit kayo dyan sa CHED. Kaya tama lang na si Bak yung ano nyo, commission, yung ano nyo, chairman. Di ba? Pero sa katakawan sa pera ng eskwelahan na yan, pinilit. Ayan, marami na aksidente. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, not only Bestlake, I think there's a serious problem how CHED make actions to complaints that they receive from students. And one good example of that is when we tried to call itong Public Assistance and Complaints Desk ng actually CHED, not CHED. Do we have anybody here from CHED, Muna? You're the executive director. Ang unang-unang gagawin ng mga estudyante sa university, if they have any problem about their school, is to call the hotline ninyo. Tama? Okay. That's 0284411260. Tama? Go ahead, check. So, tinawagan yan namin, staff ko. After waiting for a few minutes, sumagot, tinanong ko anong kailangan, and then sinabi ng staff ko ay meron siyang complaint about their school. And we were referred to CHED NCR kasi tinatanong, anong eskwelahan ba? So after na-mention yung school, sabi, ang tamang tawagan at magtanggap ng reklamo ninyo ay yung NCR. So, tinawagan naman namin yung NCR. Pagtawag namin sa NCR hotline, palpak. Yung una, 02-840-32196. After 50 seconds ng ring, namamatay. Inulit-ulit, 50 seconds ring, namamatay. For the third time, 15 seconds na ring, namamatay. So, ibig sabihin, palpak or naka-block, I don't know. Tinawagan yung pangalawang hotline, 02-840-32208. Same thing. Cannot connect. So what we did, bumalik ulit kami doon sa Public Assistance and Complaints Desk, CHED hotline. And we told them what happened. Alam mong ginawa? Ay kung ganun pala, tawagan nyo lang yung 8888, which is pang-national na. And then, nung tinanong namin, meron bang email address? This is the Public Assistance and Complaints Desk ng CHED. Ano ba ang email address ng NCR? Kasi doon kami na-refer. Alam mong sabihin, nung nasa Public Assistance and Complaints Desk, i-google ninyo. Sagutin mo muna yun, ma'am. Napaka-inutil itong hotline na ito.
Good morning po, Senator Tulfo. Based po sa aming protocol, well, tama naman po kayo na dapat kapag tumatawag sa aming mga public assistance office, dapat ay nasasagot po ito ng mabilis at na-actionan din po ng mabilis ang anumang concerns. Kaya po nung una pong tumawag na ni-refer po ang inyong reklamo sa aming regional office, yun po usually ang aming protocol na kapag may mga concerns po sa mga eskwelahan po sa aming mga eskwelahan, especially po na sinusupervise ng aming regional office, ay nare-refer po namin para po mas ma-actionan po ng maayos. Yung pangalawa po ninyong concern na nung tumawag ay sinabi po sa inyo na mag-refer na lang po sa 888. Tama naman po kayo na
No,
hindi
no, no,
po
stop
dapat.
right there. Nung tumawag kami sa NCR hotline, sila. Somebody itong NCR, sino ang NCR head nyo rito? Dr. Jimmy Catanes, Regional Director ng NCR CHED. Okay. Anong nangyari? Itong dalawang numero I just gave you earlier. Sira.
Sir Chair, yung pong sa bumaba din po ako doon sa aming NCR kasi lagi pong yun yung concern namin sa tumatawag na bakit daw po hindi nasasagot yung ano. Nag-order na po ako sa opisina. Dapat sagutin namin lahat ng calls.
Kailan po kayo bumaba doon?
Immediately po sir nung nag-take over po ako ng January.
January.
Yes po. At
Ano pa ngayon?
it's June ano po sir? June 9 po ngayon sir.
January, today is
June
month of
9 po.
July. Okay.
Nag-order po ako
January,
sir na
February, March, April, May, June, July. So, pumunta ka doon ng January, sinabi mo yung problema na hindi raw sinasagot ayon doon sa mga siguro natanggap mo na sumbong sa mga estudyante. So, ano sabi nila? Action na nila. Ayusin yung telepono.
yes po sir.
At ngayon ay July na.
And every now and
Pati ikaw, inutil. Inutil ka, sorry. Wala kang ginagawang follow-up. Siyempre, pag pumunta ka ng January para sabihin sa kanila na meron tayong seryosong problema dahil yung mga hotline is not working, these hotlines are not working, dapat meron kang follow-through. Pagdating ng February, palitan yan. Ano bang problema? PLDT o what? Ako may problema ko sa telepono ko sa bahay. Less than 24 hours, dumarating yung PLDT. Ayusin yung problema. This is just a problem sa connection siguro sa PLDT. Oh, madali yung pakiusapan ng PLDT. Pero in your case, January pa, sinabi may problema na itong hotline hindi nag-work. And July na ngayon, wala kang follow through. I'm sorry, doctor. You don't deserve to be in that position. Because tayo sa government, we should give quality service. Kasama sa mandate ninyo sa CHED is moral ascendancy and magbibigay kayo ng quality leadership. You're not. Hindi ka pasok doon. No, let me finish. I'm gonna give you a lecture. Napakabagal. When it comes to, alam mo naman siguro, moral ascendancy, dapat paniwalat, diba? Karespeto kang otoridad pagdating sa higher education. How can you be respected when you're acting like a child? Not even. When you're acting like one tamad, as they say. There's no quality in there. Hindi ka respeto yung binibigay mong aksyon. Diba? Okay, now explain to me. January, importante sa akin itong hotline eh. January and then July, same pa rin yung problema. Hindi pa rin fix. So what does it tell you, the kind of leadership that you are showing to the students na who are relying to CHED pagdating sa mga problema nila pertaining to the schools?
As a result, Sir Chair, nag-purchase na po kami ng papalit doon sa mga line namin, dinagdagan po. And at the same time, yung mga tao po na in charge doon sa PAC din namin, Sir Chair, ay nagpalit na rin po ako, Sir Chair. We already hired po din ng ating mga staff lawyers din po para sagutin nila kaagad yung atin pong mga complaint ng ating mga
First things first, sipakin mo itong hotline na ito because it's not working. So sayang-sayang lang pagtawag ng mga tao, ng mga estudyante rito if it's not working anymore. Get rid of these numbers.
Yes.
And then get a new number. So bakit hanggang ngayon nandun pa rin yan, exist? And then next time, Doc, gumawa ka ng follow through. Diba? Ganun dapat tayo sa gobyerno. Uma-action tayo. Pakita natin na capable tayo sa ating posisyon. Pag may lumalapit sa atin para magsumbong, binibigay natin agad yung action na kailangan para masolve yung problema. Tanggalin mo kung sino yung mga nag-ano doon, nagtatamad-tamaran. I want them removed. Then, alisin mo nitong hotline. Magbigay ka ng bagong hotline. Ang bagong hotline nyo.
Will provide po, Sir Chair, yung bagong hotline
Well,
po
then you
namin.
tell it on air.
Ito po yung mga hotlines namin, Sir Chair. Aside from yung nabanggit po is 8403-2247.
So, ang bago na yan.
Ito po, yes po, sir. Dati po ito pero ito yung pinaka-active po namin, Sir Chair. Meron din
Tawagan
po
natin.
kaming
Call. Tawagan nyo. Call that number. Let's see. At kapag hindi pa rin nag-work, dapat pati ikaw matanggal na siguro. Sa palagay niyo po, sir. Because you're not effective leader. Di ba? Sabi ko, dapat sa mandate ninyo, moral ascendancy, quality leadership. And I don't think right now, so far, I'm sorry to say that for me, you don't possess those qualities. Because yan sinasabi, nakaupo lang at nangungulangot. Yan yung sinasabi sa ng mga tao sa kalye. That's the reason siguro kaya nasibak yung inyong CHED. Yung pinakamataas niya. Anong pangalan yan? And what is, anong tawag kay Prosper de Vera? Hindi, anong tawag sa pansis niya? Kaya nga siguro nasibak yung chairman ninyo kasi nakarating na siguro kay Presidente na he's not doing good. And who replaced?
Sorry. Chairman, Shirley Agrupis, Mr. Chair.
Chairman Shirley, okay. Saan siya galing at ano yung credentials niya? Ano yung?
Apo, siya po ay commissioner po ng Commission on Higher Education. Dati po siyang MMSU President din po, Mr. Chair.
Walang sumasagot? Okay na. Para marinig niya. Sige. I'll show you the kind of action we in the government should do and should have. Hello? Hello? Okay. May problema ako sa school ko. Anong pwede kong tawagan? So, kaya nga sa NCR ang school ko. Well, NCR lang. So, meron tayong hotline sa NCR. So anong school? So if I give you the school, ano yung next step? Okay. So if I'll give you the name of the school na gusto ko i-complain, syempre sa nga ko muna sabihin. So, i-refer mo ako dun sa school. Kaya nga, pag sinabi ko sa yung problema ng school, what is the next step? Yeah. Anong next step? Ano nga next step, sir? If-forward nyo ako sa complaint, ano yung ang tinawagan namin workers unit to. Anong number sa complaints? Okay. Kaya nga 840-32196. Yan yung sira na telepono. So ibabalik mo ulit ako doon. You see? Thank you. You see, Dr. Catanes? You see? Tinawagan namin yung bagong numero na binigay mo and then in-refer kami ngayon itong bagong numero doon sa luma na palpak. What does it tell you? Balik ulit tayo sa square one. Hindi mo monitor yan. Dapat minomonitor mo yan o at least man lang kung meron kang alipores. Pakimonitor nga kung this one is working already, nagpanggap ka or testing mo. Now, malalaman mo na. I-refer ka ulit doon sa sira na. Sira na ngayon eh. Anyway. Ayusin niyo po yung trabaho niyo sa CHED. Kailangan po mag-set kayo ng magandang example sa mga estudyante. Wag ko kayo magtamad-tamaran. Wag ko kayo maging inutil. Totoo yan. Dahil ako po, didiktikin ko kayo. Hindi pwede to. Anyway, let's go dun sa problema. 2017, nag-issue ang CHED ng moratorium ng field trips. It was on February because dun sa incident sa BestLink, off-campus activities at nagkaroon serious problema, may mga namatay, sugatan. And why was it lifted after a few months? December? CHED?
Mr. Chair, at that time po, the CMO po of the CHED, ito po yung mga policies po namin regarding off-campus activity ay sinasabi na ang sanction lang po na mai-impose po namin at that time ay suspension of off-campus activity. Kaya po, noong 2017 ay nagkaroon na rin po ng directive to change the guidelines so that we might impose more severe sanctions against institutions which are not compliant with our guidelines po, Mr. Chair.
And what are those new sanctions? Kasi dito, remember, may mga namatay ha. So, anong sanctions binigay nyo pala noong 2017? Suspension lang?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Wala kayong pinal na pa ibang mga kaso pa? May mga namatay. Remember how many deaths were there?
Mr. Chair, ito naman po ay subject pa rin naman po sa, kumbaga kung may mag-pursue po na actions, na criminal actions against the school. So ito po ay imposition po ng CHED against the school po, Mr. Chair.
Pero wala bang motu proprio doon na kayo na mismo ang mag-file ng kaso? Hanapan nyo kung ano yung kaso pwede ma-file against this school na for me, that was gross negligence resulting to injury and death. Why suspension only?
At the time po, Mr. Chair, yun po that was a decision of the Commission and Bank. That was ito po yung base na rin po sa legal po na perspektibo na ito po yung guidelines po namin. Kaya po yun po yung
guidelines nga. Well, paano kung anak mo ang kasama doon sa mga namatay at mga nasugatan? How would you feel? What would you have done? You will raise hell at gagawin mo lahat na para makakuroon ng tamang hustisya ang anak mo, mga anak mo. Eh dahil wala kayong kamag-anak doon, naging pabaya kayo. Yun eh. Ganun tayo mga Pilipino eh. Unfortunately, some of us in government are like that because I'm not affected. I'm not directly affected by that incident. Wala akong kamag-anak. Pero kung may kamag-anak kayo, doon kayo kikilos. Baka hindi lang kayo papayag na suspension. That's not how we should work in government. Magtrabaho tayo as if yun yung maging legacy natin. So why? Tuloy na ulit. Diba? After 2017, here we comes. Naulit na naman. Oh, bakit? Okay. Doon muna sa field trips na go ahead po, Attorney Lourdes Pagayata.
Okay, that's it. Magandang umaga po sa inyo, Honorable Senator. With due respect to the earlier statement coming from CHED regarding the February 2017 incident in Tanay, wala pong sanction na ibinigay ang CHED. Wala rin pong suspension. after there was an investigation, because at that time, I was then the counsel, I'm still the general counsel of BestLink. I was the one who handled the case. So BestLink then was issued a show cause order, which it complied with. The school submitted a written explanation, complete with the attachments. And there was even a clarificatory hearing held February of 2017 before Executive Director Carmela Yadao Season.
And what was the clarificatory hearing for, Attorney Gayatan?
Siya po ang Executive Director ng CHED, si Director
Okay,
Yadao
before that,
Season.
before you continue, sorry, Ma'am, with your indulgence, no sanctions.
Mr. Chair, if I may address. Sabi nga po niya,
Kasi sabi mo may
Apo.
sanction.
base
Ngayon
po
sabi niya wala.
I am relying po doon po sa records po ng
So-
Commission and Bank, sa records po ng Commission and Bank Resolution po namin na nag-impose po ang CEB po namin ng sanction against sa institution.
And can I have that document?
Apo. Mr. Chair, okay lang po ba na soft copy po muna?
Okay. Kasi sabi niya wala daw eh. Siya yung
Apo.
attorney ng BestLink.
Apo.
Legal
Mr.
counsel.
Chair. Apo.
Ano
Pero
date?
if 2000, nagkaroon po ito na, ito pala. Ito po pala, Mr. Chair, I have a copy of our
Pakitext na
resolution.
po. Ano po ang sabi? Okay. Okay. Ano ang date ito? And then signed by whom?
At that time po, yung mga commissioners po at that time ang nag-sign po
Hindi
nito.
po natanggap itong sanction?
From the records of our BestLink, wala pong natanggap.
Naku po.
Wala po.
So, di ba
Okay,
pag pinadala nitong resolution, hard copy, di ba?
Opo, tama po,
And
Mr.
then
Chair.
dapat merong received copy.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
So, hindi natanggap. So, pwede sila nagsisinungaling lang. Pero kung meron kayong received copy, then proof yun na nagsisinungaling sila. For now, we cannot say kung they're lying or not because we don't have that document that will prove that, in fact, they really did receive the resolution.
Opo. Ipapatrace ko po ito, Mr. Chair,
Papatrace pa lang.
sa records po.
Alam mo na magkakaroon tayo ng hearing about this at ipapatrace mo pa lang. Isa ka pa rin inutil. I'm sorry to say that. Pareho kang dalawang inutil. And siya, saka ikaw, Executive Director.
Opo.
You know that we will be here. This is the reason why we're here today. And you don't have all these, the documents na kailangan malaman natin sa hearing na ito.
Opo.
Ipapatrace pa lang.
Mr. Chair, kasi ngayon lang po lumalabas yung kanyang statement po na hindi.
Hindi nga dapat itong pinapakita mo ngayon, wala pang ang pirma eh. Oh, sana yung pupunta ka na rito, kumpleto. And you're attorney. And you know, pag ikaw ay pumunta sa korte, baka na-bull out ka na ng judge, napagalitan ka ng judge. You should know better. Wala kang pirma. Kung meron kang kaso inilalaban, sasabihin ng judge, nasa ang pirma rito, panyero. Talo ka na. Napagalitan ka pa, napahiya ka. Sabi niya, wala siyang resolution. Pero kung meron kang received copy, pwede mo isupalpal sa kanila. Pabalik. Okay, let's move on. Now, walang sanction, wala man lang follow-up. Tapos ni-lift nyo pa. Sa magkano kadahilanan? Siguro. And what was the reason why it was lifted? Across the board. Because the moratorium was for everybody. Across the board yun. That was in February 2017. And then December 2017, i-lift na natin. And what was the reason for that lifting? Sige, magbulungan pa more. Bulungan kayo. Alam niyo na magkakaroon tayo ng hearing tungkol dito.
Mr. Chair, base po doon sa desisyon po ng CEB, impose a ban on such education activity be imposed in the said school for 1 school year po, Mr. Chair. Gaya po na sinasabi ko, ito po yung nakabase po sa guidelines namin that the sanction that we might impose at that time was a ban on the suspension of the campus activity for one school year po, Mr. Chair. Kaya po, ito po ang na-impose po. Kaya po yung lifting po na sinasabi po, it's more of an dahil po natapos na po yung sanction na 1 year po. Kaya po ito.
Then you people said, are a bunch of stupid workers. Really? Sorry. So again, sorry for the word. You're a bunch of stupid kids. Para mga bata kayo. Bago nyo i-lift yung isang policy na pinalabas nyo, and the reason why nagpalabas kayo ng ganung klaseng policy at moratorium, stop muna out of school activities dahil nakita nyo na magulo, walang tamang sistema na para ma-ensure na maging maayos ang off-campus activities para sa welfare ng mga students. Especially itong sa 2017, may namatay, di ba? And then nilift mo. Sana meron kayo mga sineset na guidelines. Nilift namin to, pero sa kondisyon, kayong lahat ng mga school, bago kayo mag-request sa amin ng off-campus activities, ano ang ginawa ninyo? Ano maipakita nyo sa amin na para hindi na maulit yung nangyari sa best link na maraming namatay? And then pag-aralan nyo. And then saka nyo ililift. In the absence of that, wag muna. Hayaan nyo muna yung mga school magsilapitan sa inyo. Magmakaawa sa inyo kasi daming patay eh. Para sabihin na ito po yung mga guidelines namin, ito po yung mga polisiya namin na siguraduhin namin next time ito yung mga gagawin namin. Kayo lift lang kayo ng lift. Hindi kinusira yung mga namatay, yung mga nasugatan. Dose-dosena. Diba? Now, itong nangyari recently, 26-2025 sa Punta Bell Resort Hermosa, Bataan. I think 25,000 to 30,000 students ang nag-participate doon, and they paid 900 pesos per head. And hundreds of them, may mga nahimatay pa, may mga nagreklamo, and they were forced to walk for how many kilometers because wala palang parking resort na pupunta. They cannot accommodate the volume of buses na pupunta doon. Besling, 25,000. How many exact number of students participated?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. The exact number of students who participated is around 25 to 26,000, Mr. Chair.
No, I don't want 25 to 30,000. I want exact figure. You're a lawyer, you should know better. Pag nasa korte tayo at baka napagalitan ka na ng judge, hindi pwede yung calculation. Exact number.
There are 25,262, Mr. Chair.
Exact number. 25,000.
262, Mr. Chair.
Ba't mo sinabi 25 to 30,000?
25 to 26,000 earlier.
Sabi mo kanina 25 to 30,000. Ngayon binabago mo ng statement mo, lawyer ka pa man din.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair.
25.
The exact is 25,262
How many
participants.
buses? How many buses?
There are 560 buses, Mr. Chair.
560 buses. Okay. Now, chinek ba ng inyong resort, ng inyong school na yung resort ay kaya mag-accommodate ng 560 buses, kaya magpa-park in their premises ng 560 buses?
Mr. Chair, during the planning stage, Mr. Chair, the officials of BCP twice visited the area.
The official of who?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair.
BCP. What's BCP stands for?
BCP stands for Besling College of the Philippines, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So Besling ay
nag-visit po sila.
Site inspection.
Yes po.
And,
Dalawang beses po, Mr. Chair.
and anong naging result ng kanilang visit? Okay na yung 560 bus. Anong pangalan ng resort exactly? Ulit?
The name of the resort is Punta Bell Resort po.
Exactly. Okay. Now, munta doon yung dalawang personnel or twice nag-visit yung mga
Twice
tao
nag-visit po.
ng BestLink?
Even the officials po, Mr. Chair.
Even the officials, very good. Very good. Okay, masipag on the surface. Now, nag-visit sila, nakita nila yung resort, yung Puntabel, yung ba ay tinansya nila na 560 ang mga bus magkakasya sa resort?
With regard to that, Mr. Chair, the bus company, the service provider themselves coordinated with the resort itself po.
No.
And with
Ang
the
sinabi mo, yung mga staff ng BestLink, mga official ba ito?
yes po.
Oh.
The Vice President for Academic Affairs po.
The Vice President, bobo siya. BP pa man din for Academic Affairs. Kasi galing naman ito sa iyo, hindi naman galing sa akin. Kaya that's why I called 8080 dahil I'll tell you, explain to you, and self-explanatory kung bakit ko siya natawag ng ganon. Alam niya na 25,000 or to 30,000. Siguro at that time, rough estimate. But the population of the students of Bestings, ata is 30,000 something, right?
40,000, Mr.
40.
Chair.
Oh, pero pretty much before they did the site inspection, especially ng inyong BP, alam na niya pretty much, meron siyang round of figure kung ilan mag-a-attend, or in the neighborhood of, let's say, 25 something ang mag-a-attend. He has that figure already, tama?
Not yet, Mr. Chair.
Pero alam
That
niya
time.
at that time na mag-site inspection.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, pumunta siya doon sa site, sa resort. Tinanong niya ba doon sa resort, ilan kayang bus magpark dito?
According to the resort, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, the number of students who will join the activity, the resort can accommodate those number po.
Those numbers.
Yes.
But, tinanong ba ninyo kung ilan ang ma-accommodate ng mga bus na magpark sa area? Kasi nga ang nangyari, attorney, naglakad naglakad, stop, don't interrupt me please. Naglakad ang mga estudyante ng ilang kilometro dahil nga hindi kaya ma-accommodate yung number of passes sa area, or at least man lang malapit sa area. At marami sa kanilang nahimatay, nagsuka and all. You follow me? Go
Mr.
ahead,
Chair.
you want to speak?
Mr. Chair, good morning.
And identify yourself, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Attorney Paul Anthony Tacorda. I'm the legal officer of Wildcat Travel
what?
and Tours. Wildcat Travel and Tours, Your
The
Honor.
agency
Yes,
that was hired by BestLink.
yes, Your Honor, because there were three agencies hired to provide for the logistical requirements.
Okay.
Specifically for us, Your Honor, we were anointed to conduct the coordination with the Puntabel Resort. So
Ayan, makita niyo sa video, oh.
yes, Your Honor.
Tinulak pa yung mga bus. Ayan, may mga nahimatay. You see that? Kayo dyan sa CHED, hindi kayo konsensya dyan. Sobrang dami, oh. Naglakad, gabi. Anong feeling nyo kung mga anak nyo mga yan? Go ahead po, Attorney Tacorda.
Your Honor, just to elaborate on what the legal counsel for BCP stated earlier, around November to December, Your Honor, specifically third week of November, my client, Your Honor, already visited the Puntabel Resort, the proposed site. But there were also other suggestions on where the 23rd Foundation Day of the school would be conducted. But eventually, Your Honor, Puntabel was chosen because of the area. They had 8 hectares in total. And we were assured of cooperation of the local government unit of Hermosa,
8
Bataan.
hectares, 25,000, hindi na accommodate lahat. Mga estudyante, pagdating nung araw nung excursion, hindi. Kulang mga cottages, kulang yung mga kwarto.
Your Honor, we do admit that with respect to the procedure on how they alighted, how they boarded the
But sa
buses.
tour ka lang naman. So sa vesting ako babalik ulit. So, sinabi ng resort, they can accommodate. Doon muna tayo sa mga estudyante na papasok doon sa resort. Hindi kaya ang 25,000 sa hectares kasi 8 hectares sabi, right? Siguro sinong sinabing 8 hectares baka iniisip ninyo sa mga lupa na maghiga sa mga lupa. Of course, kung 25,000 8 hectares kung higa sa lupa o maglagay diyan ng karton, magkasya. Pero kung titingnan mo yung structures yung cottage, yung room, yung beds, it will not accommodate 25,000. That's sentido común. Come on, kayo nagpapatakbo ng college. Kayo DepEd. You're supposed to be one of the highest educated people in the country. Higher education. Kayo dyan sa best thing. Oh, 25,000 people. Paano may sisiksik dyan sa Puentabel Resort? 25,000 heads. Meaning dapat 25,000 beds. Kahit pa siguro pag sama-sama mo yung mga the biggest hotels here in NCR, 5-star hotels, it cannot accommodate 25,000. Pag sama-sama mo lahat ng Shangri-La Hotel, Marco Polo Hotel, all the hotels here in the Philippines, in Metro Manila, they cannot accommodate 25,000. And this one is only a tiny resort. Nakalusot sa inyo, 25,000. Kayo sa tiyan, di ba dapat nagbibigay muna sila mga requirements sa inyo bago nyo binibigyan ng permit na magkaroon out of school activities or off-campus activities. Dumadaan muna sa inyo. Wala pa lang sa inyo nag-monitor na to make sure na itong 25,000 students na pupunta sa resort for the off-campus activities, kaya ma-accommodate ito. Itong number na ito. But you didn't do that. Again, inutil ulit kayo dyan sa CHED. Kaya tama lang na si Bak yung ano nyo, commission, yung ano nyo, chairman. Tama lang. Dapat, bago na si Bak, dapat binatukan pa muna ni Presidente. Go ahead, ma'am, answer.
Bukod po sa scenario ni ito, Mr. Chair, hindi po sila nag-submit po sa amin ng mga requirements. Ito po, itong event po na ito, hindi po sila nag-submit sa amin ng requirements. Nag-submit sa atin po ay ilang araw po.
Okay, so they did not submit the requirements na para mabigyan sila ng permit. Okay, sa labas. Sige. Okay. So, hindi sila nag-submit ng mga dokumento required para maaprubahan ang kanilang off-campus activities. Pero bakit nyo gino pa rin, nabigyan nyo pa rin sila ng permit? O hindi sila nabigyan ng permit?
Wala, dun sa event po na yun, wala pong
Wala
permit
silang
po.
permit. Wow. Best thing. Oh, wala kayong permit for that excursion. So, yung January 26.
Mr. Chair, with respect to the requirements po kasi, yung CMO 63 po mismo, there is no categorical statement that these requirements must first be submitted before conducting the off-campus activity, Mr. Chair. What the CMO 63 only provides is that the HEI must submit reports, Mr. Chair, after the local activity, before and after. However, with respect to the before requirement, Mr. Chair, if I may read, according to section 11.2 of CMO 63, submission of reports, the HEIs shall submit the following comprehensive reports in compliance with the CMO. First is certificate of compliance. Second is report of compliance. And third is the comprehensive semestral or term report. With regard to the submission of reports, as far as the non-curricular activities are concerned, the HEI are exempted from submitting reports, Mr. Chair.
Who's exempted?
With regard to non-curricular activities, Mr. Chair, the submission of reports, the HEI are exempted po. Submit po.
Ano HEI? Itong Bestlink?
The HEI in general, Mr. Chair,
Do not use the acronym dito.
higher education institution, the best link here, Mr. Chair.
Don't use acronym.
My
anymore, hindi
apologies,
famous,
Mr. Chair.
Okay? So bakit ganon ang pulisya ninyo? So pwede pala sila kahit na hindi na mag-submit ng mga dokumento para ipakita sa inyo na capable sila na mag-handle ng off-campus activities with these numbers of students and they will be well accommodated pagdating doon sa lugar, etc. Wala kayong ganong requirement pala, wala sa inyong polisiya.
Apa. Mr. Chair, explain ko lang po. During that time po, na nilabas po namin itong CMO number 63 series of 2017 po namin, nag-distinguish po kami between curricular and non-curricular. Bakit po kami nag-distinguish po during that time? Marami po kasing mga activities na gaya po ng mga sports competition na nakakategorize po sa non-curricular activities. Very often po kasi na nagko-conduct po ng activities ang mga eskwelahan po natin o mga schools po natin na mga non-curricular. Kaya at that time po, kinategorize po talaga sa curricular at non-curricular activities. Pero let me just correct po kasi medyo na-mix up po. Pag curricular po, kailangan naman po talagang mag-submit po ng mga requirements po sa amin. Yung non-curricular po, yung sinasabi po niya, may mga responsibilidad
So
tayo
yung
po.
non-curricular na yung off-campus activities, kahit na sabihin, ito ay kasama sa grading system, ito ay kasama doon sa pagbibigyan namin sa inyo ng grade, kailangan umattend kayo. So that's also considered as non-curricular?
Opo, yung non-curricular po, Mr. Chair, ay hindi po part po ng curriculum po nila.
Okay.
Opo. Kaya naman po binigyan po ng mas flexibility at that time po ang mga ating mga eskwelahan para kung gusto po nilang umattend po sa mga activities, mga sports competition ay mas madali po sila nakaka-attend.
Pero
po,
hindi
Mr.
nyo
Chair.
po na-anticipate na baka magkakaroon problema kung naging flexible o lax pagdating sa off-campus activities, kasama po doon yung pag-excursion at pag-rent ng mga resort para tumira mga estudyante. Hindi nyo po nakita yon?
Opo, Mr. Chair, ang talaga pong prinsipyo po talaga na sinasabi po namin sa mga eskwelahan ay yung safety and welfare of the students. Even if they will attend or conduct non-curricular activities, kailangan pa rin po na primary consideration nila ay safety and welfare of the students, which we give po sa ating mga institusyon. Kaya naman po talagang responsibilidad po talaga nila na tingnan pa rin po yun, whether curricular or non-curricular. Yun po siguro sa parte po na yun, Mr. Chair, na nagkaroon ng flexibility sa non-curricular activities. Kaya nga po, isa na rin po sa binigay po na direktiba po ng komisyon ng aming CEB ay tingnan po ulit ang aming guidelines para sa ganun po ay makorek na po namin itong mga sitwasyon po na ito na may mga naging pag-aabuso na rin po sa aming guidelines at sa binigay po namin na flexibility for non-curricular activities.
Dapat bago kayo gumawa ng isang policy, pinag-aaralan nyo po. Matatalino dapat kayo dyan eh. Diba? Mga matataas ang pinag-aaralan. Diba ba't hindi nyo nagagamit? Now, Bestlink, 25,000 alam nyo na pupunta mga estudyante doon sa resort at nagkaroon kayo ng site inspection. Ba? Sabi mo. O, binilang nyo ba kung ilan yung tinanong nyo ba doon sa resort? Ilang kama meron kayo rito? Ilang cottage meron kayo? Dapat tinanong ni Vice President yan. Anong pangalan ng VP nyo?
Dr. Charlie Carino po.
Dr. Charlie
Carino po.
Carino? Oh,
Mr. Chair, with respect to the land area, Mr. Chair, it was also raised during the clarificatory before the CHED po, last February 7. I believe it is around 16 16 hectares po. yes.
Regardless, kahit sabihin natin 1 million hectares na rin para wala tayong pag-usapan sa land area, okay? Now, huwag ka magpilosopo sa akin kahit na abogado ka. Ang pag-uusapan natin, yung kwarto at kama na kaya mag-accommodate ng 25,000. Of course, ilang hectares sabi mo?
I believe around 16 hectares.
16 hectares, okay. Kung 16 hectares, 25,000, siguro side by side, higa sa lupa, mga estudyante, pwede. Pwede siguro. Pero ang pag-uusapan natin, sentido common, kung yung 25,000, kaya ba mag-accommodate ng resort because how many beds do they have? So dapat ang una yung tinanong, ilang kama ba meron kayo rito? Pag sinabi, ang kama lang namin dito is 1,000 lang, di huwag na kayong matuloy doon. Hanap kayo ng resort na kayo mag-accommodate ng 25,000. Pero I don't think there's a resort here in the Philippines that can accommodate 25,000 people. I don't think so. Di ba? Pero sa katakawan sa pera ng eskwelahan na yan, pinilit. Ayan, marami na aksidente. Kagahaman sa pera. Dahil alam ko ata, nagpapatayo ata yung best link ng eskwelahan, another school sa Novaliches. Kaya siguro kukunin ng pondo dyan sa pagpapa-excursion left and right. Regardless kahit na putting the students' lives in danger. O sige, humirit ka pa po. Bakit nasaan dito yung ano nyo, presidente nyo ng best link?
Mr. Chair, the event that happened in Puntabel is a one-day event po. Yung founding anniversary po,
Regardless, pero dapat, syempre, pag-accommodate mo yung para may kwarto. Yung mga bata. Yung mga papahinga. O tapos meron ba mga stage doon? Kita mo naman, nagmamarcha estudyante, hindi na-accommodate. Kulang. Nasaan yung, sabihin natin, 16 hectares. Pero develop ba yung 16 hectares? Baka kabundukan yung 16 hectares. Puro kahoy. O pag malaki mo 16 hectares, dapat develop yun na meron man lang stage. Diba? Na may mga upuan. O siyempre, magkakaroon ng event. Pero ano ba itong event na ito? Diba? Ano ba klaseng event dapat yun?
Founding anniversary.
Kaya nga, ano ba dapat in-expect na mga activities?
Sports and cultural and arts performances.
Exactly. Sports and cultural arts. So, develop ba yung 16 hectares para doon sa activities na yon? Sports? What kind of sports are we talking about? Anong klaseng sports? And cultural? Ano? Sige, magturuan kayo.
Considering Mr.
Hindi nga,
Chair,
sir, paki-answer direct to the point. You're a lawyer. You know better. Direct to the point tayo dito. Ano nga mga, sabi mo, sports?
Apo. Sepak takraw, Mr. Chair.
Ano po?
Sepak takraw.
Ano po ibig sabihin?
Filipino sport po yung sepak takraw.
Okay,
And-
sepak ano yun? Anong klase yun?
And field demo po.
Ano po?
Field demo po, Mr. Chair.
Ano yung field demo?
Sister.
Ano po?
I believe, Mr. Chair, our company, a company sister po will answer that po. Sige po.
Ano po yung sepak? Ano po?
There were different parlor games that we held. Yung tapos may mga palusebo. That was like a fiesta program that all the students were scattered all over. We have simultaneous because we have to compress 4 days activity into one. And it was not an overnight activity. It's supposed to be done the whole day only. And the culmination was concert by different artists. So at the end of the day, when we're done with all the parlor games and Star Model contest, that's a beauty contest of BestLink that we hold every year. But because we didn't have a space right now because of the construction, so we had to do it in a place. We had to find a place for all those activities because we didn't like that they will skip this year without holding those activities.
Okay, kaya nga po, sister. Now, sana man lang yung nag-inspect dun sa site, itong si Dr. Charlie Carino, tingnan niya na meron bang stadium dito na para ma-accommodate yung 25,000 mga spectators na from among themselves, mga estudyante, and then meron bang mga upuan? O saan bang ilalagay yung sports activities sa ambad ng field? And then, siyempre dapat merong,
May
siyempre
open
manunod yung
ground
iba.
naman po. And then we
Open ground, may mga silya ba?
for that matter, wala pong ano, yung lang yung mga nasa front seats and all, but all the students will have to stand at the back of it is a concert. Well, when we have concerts like that, because it's how do you call this one, with our
So na-check nyo ba na yung area na yon can accommodate 25,000
Yes po.
students?
yes
Then
po.
kung na-check nyo, bakit marami mga estudyante nagsabi hindi sila nakarating at hindi sila makapasok dahil talagang siksikan at wala nang lugar mapapunta.
Because they opted, because there were several places for activities, like there are 7 swimming pools. So some students did not like to go to attend the concert or the other activities. They opted to do swimming. So it was how do you call this one? The activities were really made for them to be accommodated, that they will not be just in one place. They
I know,
choose.
sister, pero they weren't all accommodated, and you know that. Hindi nga, wala pa nga sa kalahati. Kaya nga yung iba, may kita mo, doon lang sa daan, umupo na, pagod na, hinimitay na. Talagang sobrang dami. Dapat ganun, kumuha kayo ng 3 resort. Siguro, hiwalay nyo. Kumuha kayo ng isa pang resort, siniksik nyo lahat doon na hindi naman nagkasya, pinilit nyo, diyan, nagka-problema kayo. Di ba nasaan dito yung best thing? Sorry sister, hindi kita mapagalitan kasi baka yung nanay ko nasa langit, pagalitan ako kasi napaka-religyoso nanay ko masyado. Attorney Benitez, ano na ngayon na nangyari? Siguro you banned off-campus activities for life with this school. Really, I'm serious. I-ban mo na. Wala na silang karapatan. May namatay na nga dati. Doon pa lang sana. Kung sa mga bus nga, may namatay na sayro ng bus. Yung iba, kinakansila ng prangkisa. Ito sila, may namatayan na, ilan bang namatay? Ilan ba nasugatan? How many? Come on, give me the numbers.
13 po, Mr. Chair.
13 dead and how many injured?
59 po yung students, Mr. Chair. 13 po and 1 staff who died po.
O, kita mo? May mga namatay. Sana perpetual disqualification from being allowed na magkaroon ng off-campus activities. Oh, ilan crowd manager meron assigned Attorney Mahidlamon yung sa 25,262 na excursion noon?
Mr. Chair, as per emergency preparedness plan or contingency plan, these are the assigned po.
No, pakitanong lang. Wag ka ng as per. Isang tanong, isang sagot. How many crowd manager? 25,000.
There are around 20, Mr. Chair.
Ilan po?
There, on the part of BestLink, Mr. Chair, there are around 20 po.
20. Alam mo yung accepted Global Crowd Management Alliance, one manager for every 250 people. So ilan yan? 20?
Around 20, Mr. Chair. For BestLink alone.
No, yung sumama lang doon sa excursion. Ito yung global. Pang 5,000 lang yun, yung 20 people na crowd manager. From now on, Shed, make sure maano natin to. May sa katuparan to. Ma-adapt to. That at least one manager for 250 crowd. Or mas maganda pa kung mas marami. Mas dagdag pa kung gawin natin 200 per 250, mas maganda pa. I-set natin yung bar higher.
Mr. Chair, actually po sa curricular po namin, mas mataas pa po ang nilagay po namin na
Ilan?
na ratio po. Although yun nga po, admittedly, that's for curricular. We will implement po, we will put into our guidelines po yung minention po ninyo na crowd control when it comes to non-curricular activities as well, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Now, wala man lang sa, siyempre sinabit nila kung ilan yung number of students na mag-attend. Chinek din nila, sinabi din nila sa inyo kung ano yung lugar. Hindi nyo ba ni-require sila na mag-coordinate sa LGU? Did you coordinate with LGU, yung BestLink? Did you ask the mayor? Did you ask the chairman? Did you ask the tanod?
Yes po, Mr. Chair. Bago po matuloy yung foundation po, nagkaroon na po ng proper coordination with the LGUs through the help of Wildcat po, that travel and tour company.
Okay. Ano sinabi po ng LGU?
Mr. Chair, in so far as Wildcat Travel and Tours is concerned, we did coordination meetings on January 19, 2025, also January 22 and January 23. On the 19th of January, Your Honor, we did a second or third ocular inspection again. The resort committed to provide additional portalets, makeshift urinals, to also reduce the physical hazards that may occur given that there are simultaneous activities to be conducted by the school organizers. And then on the 22nd, Your Honor, our firm met with the management again of Puntabel with the Municipal Police Station of Hermosa led by Chief of Police Fuy Pangan Jr. and then Punong Barangay Roberto Rosal of Barangay Mabiga, Hermosa, Bataan.
Okay.
In the following day, Your Honor, we met with the officials from the local government unit, particularly the Bureau of Fire, the Rural Health, and their engineering office, Your Honor.
So in that case, gumawa kayo ng many preparations for that event and gumawa kayo ng several site inspections, right?
Yes, Your Honor, and also
Yes.
the traffic management.
And the traffic management,
where they
correct? Pero
basically-
siguro kayong last minute assessment sa
Yes, Your-
situation. Very good. Perfect. Excellent. Pero ba't nagka-problema pa rin?
Your Honor, albeit this is in retrospect, and
Ano po?
this is in retrospect,
This
Your
is?
Honor. Your Honor, what I mean is always when we look back, we see what the errors are completely. But at the time they did the assessment, they may have overlooked this matter, Your Honor, because as to the configuration of how you will get to the resort, Your Honor, we will be passing through barangay roads, two barangay roads. One is an access road leading to the
Kaya nga, so dapat
so that-
kasama dun sa ginawa niyong site inspection, dapat kasama dun sa ginawa niyong last minute assessment, dapat kasama dun sa, sabi niyo, ilang beses kayo pumunta doon at nakipag-connect kung sino-sino mga Poncio Pilato, police, mayor, chairman, etc. O kasama na dapat yun. Hindi man lang nasa pool yun, nahuli yun ng mga taong mga nakausap nyo. Na hindi man na sinabihan kayo or baka nasabi sa inyo pero sinadya nyo i-overlook na hindi ma-accommodate because of the barangay road, because of the side streets. Diba? The 500 buses is not going to accommodate.
In addition, Your Honor, if I may, there were also lapses admittedly on the crowd control because many students after some of the activities were concluded, they already rushed outside of the resort premises looking for their buses. So the 143 coordinators, Your Honor, and alongside the barangay personnel were overwhelmed when the students already...
Exactly, but you should have anticipated that. Kasi sabi mo, pa ilang beses kayo gumawa ng site inspection, pa ilang beses kayo nakipag-court kung kani-kanino mga otoridad doon, at ilang beses yung pinag-usapan ito. O, bago sa actual na, the day of the activities. Di ba? O, so ngayon sasabihin niyo maraming lapses. Kaya nga, Ched, I want perpetual na disqualification dito sa besting ibigay mo from conducting off-campus non-curricular activities. Mga excursion, wag na. Stop na. Dalawa na nakatapos sa pool na Una, maraming namatay. Ngayon, maraming nahimatay. Ano sa susunod? And are we allow them to let it happen again? Ganun-ganun na lang. At the expense of the students while the school is making tons and tons of money and then magpapatayo ng mga ibang pang branches ng mga eskwelahan nila at ang mga estudyante ang kinakawawa in the process. Go ahead po.
Mr. Chair, last week po we have issued the resolution to BestLink. Ito po ang resolution po ng komisyon aside po doon sa downgrading of their authority ay naglagay din po kami ng penalty na suspension to conduct local off-campus activities, both curricular and non-curricular, effective immediately po upon receipt of the notice.
Suspension and then after a few months, ililift nyo rin lang. No.
Wala naman pong nakalagay po.
Pero what guarantee can you give me that it will not be lifted a month or so from now? Come on, nagawa nyo na before mag-lift, magagawa nyo ulit yan. Pero dapat kung meron kayong resolution banning entirely, forever, from them conducting an off-campus activity, special excursion sa mga resort. Bilang penalty, sabi ko sa kanina, ma'am, kung sa mga boss nga may namatay, kinakancel na agad yung prangkisa nila. Ito, may namatay, wala lang kayo. Naulit pa, wala lang kayo. Suspension lang. Come on. Come on.
If I may, Your Honor, pwede po bang magsalita?
Pero bago niyan, sige. Sagutin mo muna, bakit di silang bigyan ng sanction? Pero sabi mo pala may sanction kaya hindi na-receive. So, okay na tayo doon. So, but, balikan mo, gusto ko accountability rito Sino ang nagpadala? You came up with a resolution for the sanction and yet they said they did not receive. Na sino yung taong responsible para ipabot yung sanction dahil gusto ko yan masibak. Malaking kasalanan niya. I want his or her name and I want get rid of that puppy. Really.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Dapat may accountability from now on. Kaya nga nasibak yung chairman ninyo siguro dahil dyan. Dahil mahina kayo. Right? Go ahead, Attorney Pagayatan.
Yes, good morning po again. Tungkol po doon sa resolution na sinasabi nila after the 2017 event, wala po talagang natanggap ang BestLink as latest checked by myself. Friday po wala po talaga. Wala silang natanggap. Opo, at saka if I may allow to state further, Your Honor, yung po kasing 2017, February 20, 2017 to be exact, was a curricular-based activity of the students, your leadership training activity for 3 days. It was in accordance with the
Yeah,
National
curricular pero
Service-
off-campus. Off-campus pa rin.
Opo,
Okay.
ito po, this is curricular based, while this one, the founding anniversary is non-curricular. Yun po kasi, alam nyo, in compliance with the NSTP law, National Service Training Program of 2001, under which there are 3 program components. They are OTC, the literary.
Ano ibig sabihin po ng
literary
OTC?
training
Come on, please do not use
service,
acronym. Don't
Opo.
use acronym na hindi familiar.
Opo. Pwede po ba kasi
Sabihin niyo po anong
importante
ibig sabihin
lang
ng OTC.
Reserve Officers Training Course.
ROTC.
Opo, ROTC.
Sabi mo kasi
Opo.
OTC lang eh. Sige.
OTC.
Alright.
Tapos, mayroon akong Civil Welfare Training Service at saka mayroon ding Literacy Training Service.
Okay.
Ito pong trip sa Tanay noong February 2017 was under the Civil Welfare Training Service. It was a leadership training activity for first-year students of Besling College of the Philippines. This particular activity is a module under the Civil Welfare Training Service, which is being offered by Bestlink after the passage of the law since 2001. So ito po ay prerequisite for graduation for all students. Kaya they are required to undergo 2 semesters of any of these program components of the National Service Training Program. Kaya ito po, and then going back to that, the bus that figured in the vehicular accident which caused the perish of actually 14 students po ito. I know it for a fact because I was the one who handled it, and including the driver. There are cases already filed, and in one of the cases where one of the plaintiffs is the student assistant, in which was one of the passenger who was one of the passengers of the bus which figured in the tragic incident. The court, it reached the Court of Appeals, and the Bestlink College of the Philippines has not been declared negligent because of that. Because that bus was a substitute bus. The original number of units requisitioned by the school from Harana Bus, which was one of its service providers at the time, 9 lang po. Ngayon, yung 9, nakaalis na po yung 7, may natitira, 6 pala, may natitira pang 3. Yun sa 3 naiwan sa Bestlink College premises ay hindi nakaalis yung isa agad-agad dahil mayroon pang isang hinihintay. Pero biglang dumating itong substitute bus from Panda, which was hired or subcontracted by Harana Bus. Kasi Harana bus lang po yung kausap ng Bestlink eh. Itong Panda Bus, hindi po kumuha ng consent ang Harana na sila ay mag-field ng Panda Bus. In fact, yung mga estudyante na nakasakay na doon sa Harana Bus na supposed to leave or depart for its destination in Tanay, Sacramento Adventure Camp, paalis na maybe a few minutes before the Panda Bus arrived. Ang sinabi po nung pinaka-foreman o pinaka-supervisor na driver ng Harana Bus doon sa executive director ng NSTP ng Bestlink ay kailangan daw yung Harana Bus ay umuwi sa kanilang base, bumalik sa kanilang base because it
Haba na
is
explanation nyo.
for another
Ma'am,
explanation.
Sorry. Sobrang haba na explanation mo.
Opo.
In 30 minutes, meron pang gagamit ng room na ito. So, ano nangyari? Ba't nagka-aksidente?
Na-aksidente po kasi it was found out per police investigation that it was human error. It was the negligence of the driver which caused the accident, the incident. Ganun po. May ano na po. Nakalagay po yun sa kanyang investigation report. It was human error on the part of the driver. That is why BestLink was not pronounced negligent by even the Court of Appeals. The Court of Appeals has already dismissed the complaint of one of the plaintiffs pending before it. Wala pong negligence ang BestLink. Kaya ko po alam yun kasi ako po ang legal counsel na humawak po nitong kaso. So, thank you very much for listening, Your Honor, kasi kailangan ho maklarify yan.
Yes, I know.
Thank you.
But anyway, kaya ka nagpalabas ng resolution addressing the issue at para makapag-usap kayo ng BestLink, maiwasan itong ganitong klaseng insidente at hindi naman natanggap ng BestLink.
Opo. Mr. Chair, yung mga sinabi po ni attorney, kaya po nung nagkaroon po ng guidelines po, panibagong guidelines po ang komisyon ng 2017, ito po yung in-address po namin. Kaya po sinasabi po niya, kaya po nare-require na po namin sa guidelines po namin na magko-conduct ng curricular activities ay dapat may making sure na may insurance para kung sakaling magkaroon ng aksidente nga ay may insurance po at gayon din naman po ay yung franchisee kasi po yun din po ang nangyari po doon sa BestLink the
So, ibig
first
sabihin
one.
walang insurance yung bus company?
Ito po yung mga nilabas po namin na polisiya para po yung mga na-encounter po namin na problema during that time po will be somehow remedied po or kumbaga na-flag na po Gaya po na sinabi nyo, pinag-aaralan naman po namin sa komisyon po yung mga polisiya po. Nung ito po ang naging sitwasyon at mga
Okay,
naging problema po,
ma'am, what kind of policy insurance ang ni-require nyo kapag nagkaroon ng off-campus activities sa mga eskwelahan at gumagamit ng bus aside from accident insurance? Wala
Apo.
ba insurance dahil sa na-inconvenience ng mga estudyante at the insurance has to pay something doon sa abalan sa mga estudyante, naghirap yung mga estudyante, nagtulak pa yung mga estudyante ng bus. Hindi yung pinasama sa policy yan?
Apo,
Insurance policy?
tama naman po, hindi po. Nakalagay pa po ay in general po, Mr. Chair, na provide insurance provision for students, faculty, and other concerns, stakeholders, Mr. Chair.
Okay. LTO. Nandito yung LTO natin. Anong pangalan po nung bus na involved? Yung sa aksidente ng 17?
Panda Bus po yung ano.
Panda Bus. LTO.
Wala na po. Ang alam ko po, sabi po sa LTFRB, suspended pa rin hanggang ngayon because of that. They failed to ensure that the bus was roadworthy at that time. That was found out. That was established, Your Honor.
So
That is why
roadworthy. So
hanggang
ibig
ngayon
sabihin
wala
pa karag-karag na yon.
Ay siguro po kasi parang retrofit lang nila yung bus. So the BestLink had no competence whatsoever to check whether the bus was roadworthy or not. Anyway, that was the responsibility.
Okay, wait a minute. Yes, ma'am. Responsibility of the LTO, you would say. Pero from now on, pakisabi po sa BestLink kung meron mga, well, sa kanya, sa gusto ko, tanggalin out of campus sa mga ibang schools. Pag may mga out of campus activities, dapat merong taga-check. Siguro mekaniko, hire a mechanic na para tingnan yung mga bus, tingnan yung mga brakes. Huwag yung action tayo, kapag nandiyan yung problema, huwag tayong reactive, proactive dapat. At least man you should have hired some mechanics para titingnan mo na may checklist. Okay ba yung hingin doon sa driver ng bus? Kailan ba ito huling nag-change oil? Kailan ba pinalitan ng huling palit ng brake? Yung tire ba nito? Tire pressure, okay lang ba? Isa-isa yung mga bus you check-in. Make that a policy. I mean, lagay niyo po sa resolution, that should be a policy sa ibang eskwela. Pag nagkaroon ng excursion, whether that nagkaroon ng off-campus, whether that is curriculum or non-curriculum activities. I-require yun. Kung gagamit sila ng mga vehicles, ensure na yung vehicles ay roadworthy. Galing mismo sa kanila, hindi pala roadworthy yung bus na yun. So ano nangyari doon LTO? So hanggang ngayon, ano pa rin sila? Sabi ng LTFRB daw, LTFRB is here? Meron?
Yes, sir,
L-
online.
LTFRB,
Yes, sir.
Lumer Bernabe, itong Panda Coach Tours and Transport Incorporated,
Yes, sir.
what is the status?
Sir, as of now, sir, the latest, sir, was we issued the cancellation and revocation of the franchises of the 19 units of Panda Bus and Tourist Transport.
Very good. Thank you. And give me a document
Yes, sir.
to prove what you're saying. Talagang na-cancel na yan.
Opo, sir, opo.
Okay. So, doon po sa ginawa niyo investigation, human error which is nawala ng brakes.
Yes, sir. According to the investigation, sir, there's the reason of the road crash incident is the nawalan po ng preno yung bus na ginamit nila.
Kaya nga, yan ang sinasabi ko sa inyo sa mga hearing natin, di ba? Kayo dyan sa LTFRB, gumagawa dapat kayo ng inspeksyon sa mga public transportation buses to ensure na sila ay roadworthy. Ang ginagawa nyo lang yan tuwing Holy Week at kasama isang katerbang batalyon na media para magpakita na pogi kayo. Pero pag hindi na, pag walang mga occasion, walang mga hindi piyesta pa tayo, walang mga holidays, wala kayo. Kaya nga, next time, kung gumagawa lang ng inspection yung mga, yung mga inspector ninyo, para ma-ensure na talagang yung mga bus na yun sumusunod sa patakaran sa pagdating sa road safety, na tama yung nilang maintenance, brakes, etc. Wala sana naman namamatay. Is katamaran niyo. But anyway, so, wala na, canceled na. I would like to acknowledge the presence of Senator and later on will be Mayor Makati Nancy Binay. Senator Binay, magandang umaga po at salamat po sa pagdalo. At you have an opening statement, Senator?
Na naman po, Chair. Magandang umaga lang po sa lahat ng ating bisita ngayong umaga.
Thank you, Senator Binay. Thank you so much. Now we have a quorum. Thank you. Oh, okay. So, canceled na po yun. Revoked na yung niya, yung permit niya o prangkisa niya. Okay. Pero sir, tuloy-tuloy niyo po yung ginagawa niyo na pag-inspect kasi. Mag-inspect ulit ako. I'm not gonna tell you when. Pag-inspect ko at meron pa rin mga bus dyan na hindi roadworthy at wala yung mga brakes, halos pudpud na at mag-iingay din ako sa inyo. Dapat po ginagawa niyo yan hindi lamang po sa panahon ng Kwaresma. Hindi nga po, sa panahon ng Kwaresma, yan. Diyan po yung LTFRB magaling mag-inspect. Pero pag hindi po panahon ng Kwaresma, hindi po kayo nag-i-inspect. Nakaupo-upo lang. Marami po mga bus dyan. Nagkaka-aksidente dahil nawawalan ng preno, human error. And I don't want that to happen again. Trust me. And I know Vince, your new secretary, iba siyang mag-isip. Halos pareho kami. Pag may nakita siya naging kapabayan, sinisibak niya. And I would like to see more of that. Pag merong ulit na aksidente, listen, what's your, dyan sa LTFRB, sir? Ano po yung katukulan?
Ako po yung executive director. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Kaya nga, sir, let's make a deal. Hindi nga po. Kapag merong isang bus na nawala ng preno dahil human error, nawala ng preno at may mga namatay, ano po maganda sa mga gawin sa mga inspector niyo? Sibakin natin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So sibak. Doon sa nangyari sa Panda, hindi ba nasibak yung inspector na naka-assign doon sa area kung saan naka-register itong Panda transport?
Sir, I will check on the record po. I will check on the record. But with that instruction of the good senator, sir, we will make the necessary action on the implication. If there will be an incident that will happen in the road crash incident that causes roadworthiness of the buses, will be there will be an action that will immediately be taken by this by the board, sir.
Go ahead, Senator Nancy.
Siguro ho, ED Bernabe, as a policy ho ba, meron yung LTFRB na up to a certain number of years yung mga bus, ay automatic kailangan nire-retire na.
Yes,
May
ma'am.
ganun ho ba tayong policy?
Meron po, meron po. Kaya po doon sa kanilang renewal po ng kanilang Certificate of Public Convenience, tinatanong po natin, tine-check po natin yung models po ng mga nire-renew nilang mga public transport conveyances.
So ilang years po dapat bumabiyahe itong mga bus natin?
Actually po ma'am, sa 10 years po ang binibigay po natin sa kanila.
Can you just submit to the committee kung ilan na ho yung tanggal sa kalsada dahil 10 years na yung mga bus, at kung meron din ho ba kayong data na kahit 10 years na patuloy pa rin na bumabiyahe?
We can submit po ma'am, we can submit po to the good senator our data on that.
So ito na aksidente yun na bus, ilang years na po siya?
Ma'am, doon po sa findings ma'am, more than 10 years na po. Kaya po talagang na-cancel and na-revoke na po yung kanilang franchises. Actually, 19 franchises po yung na-cancel and na-revoke po natin.
Pero dun din ho lumalabas yung kakulangan ng LTFRB kasi hindi ho ba dapat hindi na talaga to na-renew dahil dun ho sa nabanggit nyo, policy po yun na pag 10 years na yung bus, dapat hindi na talaga nagagamit. Pero itong bus na to, nabigyan pa rin ho ng permit kahit 10 years. More than 10 years old na siya.
Yes po, yun nga po ma'am, siguro po i-check lang namin that was 2017 and I just cannot who to blame but the person who certified that public conveyance as still authorized. But for me po, hindi na po dapat yan binigyan ng renewal.
So after this accident, nagkaroon ho ba ng kumbaga automatic ang LTFRB at tinignan yung mga data nila na baka nga may nakalusot na more than 10 years old na ng mga bus na patuloy na nabibigyan ng permit? Nagkaroon ho ba kayo ng ganong preventive action?
Yes ma'am, with the guidance po of our secretary that we really have to focus on the safety of all these public conveyances ma'am. Marami nga po tayong sabi niyang sistema but our system is broken. So we really have to ayusin po talaga namin yung lahat ng sistema na yan.
Yeah, so ilan na ho yung natanggal niyo ng mga bus sa kalsada ngayon kasi more than 10 years na po siya?
Yes ma'am, as far as we know ma'am, wala na po kaming marami na po kaming natanggal. Ang nangyayari po diyan dapat po is substitution na po, ida-drop na po and isa-substitute na po nila yung mga bagong buses. We have that on record ma'am and we can give you our report on that.
Okay, thank you Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Nancy. Mag-ikot po yung mga inspectors ninyo. Marami pa rin po mga bus na 15 years old na nag-operate. I went to Cebu couple of months ago. Naabutan ko doon, maraming mga bus na kinakalawang na. Yung mga pinto, hirap nang buksan, naka-alambre na, pati mga brakes, naka-alambre. Yung apakan, which means your people are not doing their job. Like Senator Nancy said, submit to me ilan ang mga napasibak at gaano ba kadalas kayo gumagawa ng inspection. And di ba, alam ko yun per region or per district, per area, anong tinatrabaho. I want your inspector to submit to me weekly or I don't know, monthly inspection report. Do you do that weekly or monthly? I want it submitted to me and how many inspections are being done at ano yung mga bus company pinupuntahan. I want that submitted. And then kapag may nangyari pang aksidente as a result of negligence, siguro I'll pass a bill na pag may mga na-aksidente at namatay, special pag may mga namatay, at ang sinabi ay human error, which means hindi na inspect properly o hindi na gawa ng LTFRB ng trabaho, hindi lang administrative case, siguro kailangan criminal case at dapat makasuhan dahil hindi niya ginagawa yung kanyang trabaho. Notices and invitations for the next succeeding meeting will be sent accordingly. There being no other matters for consideration, this hearing is hereby suspended lang. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.